I have been reading some super cute romances recently and I can't wait to share them with you in today's video. Some of them are very quick paced, they don't beat around the bush and they get right to the plot, whereas others are a bit more of a slower pace. They have a slow burn romance and they might have a bit of miscommunication sprinkled in there. So whether you like a fast or a slow paced story, there will be a manga in today's video for you. I'm loving these. There's 5 romances. We have 1 shonen, 3 shoujos and 1 josei. And let me tell you, I have found my new favorite artist. I love the author's artwork. I will literally read anything they put out, even if the plot sucks or the plot lacks, I will read it purely to see their stunning artwork. We also have a manga in today's video that I've spoken about before, but I'd only read volume 1 and now I've read volume 2 and 3 and I can confirm it's phenomenal. It's elite. It's My Roman Empire. You have to read this. Please, if you don't, you are missing out. Oh my god, I can't wait to hype that up in today's video. We're gonna start with our shonen category and we have Blue Box by Miura Koji. This is a school life sports romance. I'm currently reading volume 6. There's 19 volumes out and it's still ongoing. And let me tell you, this sports romance, I don't know what it is, but the sports hits in a different way. I'm so invested in the sports side of it, even a bit more than the romance. Like, the sport is drawn so well and the storytelling is great that I feel like I'm in the audience watching the sports play out and I'm on the edge of my seat. The story follows Taiki. He is the male protagonist. It's all from his point of view and he's a badminton player. It's about his journey trying to be the best in badminton. He really does have some highs and lows. It doesn't all come easy to him. Like, I like that his journey in the sport is very realistic, but obviously we have to speak about the romance, and this guy is completely in love with a girl called Chinatsu. She is a basketball player. What ends up happening is her family decides to move away, but she wants to stay in the same high school, to stay in the same basketball team so she can go to nationals and win. So the main guy's mum literally offers for her to stay at his and live with his family. So she moves in to the main lead's house and it's about their relationship, their friendship, their romance, and it's a 10 out of 10. What's great about this manga is you will love every single character. Like, every character has depth and there's a reason they're in the story. Oh, and this is where your heart will break. My heart is breaking because, you know me, I love the second characters, like the second leads, and there is another female character, Hina. Girl, I love you. I love her so much. She's a rhythmic gymnast and she is totally head over heels in love with Taiki, but obviously he likes Chinatsu, so there is a love triangle situation. I've never read a manga where the female lead moves into the male lead's house and I'm loving it, purely because I get to see Taiki's internal monologue and him reacting to seeing the female lead in pajamas, comfy clothes, fresh out of the shower so her hair's wet. Like, he gets so bashful, he freaks out, he's like, she's so cute, I can't get over this. I highly recommend this manga. You will like this if you like a slow burn romance, sports romance, love triangle with a bit of miscommunication, because watch out, there is miscommunication. Then we have it where every single character is so lovable. You're gonna get hurt when they get hurt. And if you like good artwork, like, this is an all-rounder, people. It's one you should not miss out on. Now, let's go to our shoujos. We've got 3 in this category. First up, we've got Without Love, I Can't Be an Idol, and this is by Yuka Kitagawa. This is a showbiz idol slice of life romance. And it really gave me Taman B-side vibes, just without the depression. So if you like Taman B-side, I'm telling you, you are gonna like this manga. And it has 2 volumes so far, it's ongoing, and I've read both of those volumes. The story follows Noah, who is an absolute mega fan of this pop group called ILY, and she is an otaku, so an obsessed fan. Like, she sees this guy as a god and kind of worships him, and he's a member of that band. He's called Ibuki. Now, Noah, she's a bit different because she's a very big introvert. So even though she's an otaku, she keeps herself to herself and she doesn't want to get involved in like those big girl fan groups. And the story starts with her going to a concert, and afterwards she's like, I want to go and get Ibuki's favorite dessert, which is custard pudding. So she goes to the convenience store, she goes to grab the last custard pudding, and who else is there grabbing the custard pudding at the same time? It's no other than Ibuki, but he is in disguise, he's sweating, he's in panic mode. So she turns into panic mode and she's like, oh my God, I have to get him out of here so none of his other fans see him. So she buys the custard pudding, she drags him out of there, and he opens up to her about being really overwhelmed with the pressure of everyone seeing him as a god and as this great individual who's really talented and can do no wrong. She freaking freaks out because she's like, well, that's exactly how I feel about you. I cannot let him know that I'm an otaku, so I'm gonna pretend that I'm not one. And it's about their relationship, their friendship and romance. And don't worry, if you don't like stories where she's hiding that she's a mega fan and it's one of those massive plot points, no. In chapter 2, he literally finds out that she's a fan. What drew me to this manga was Pinterest. I saw a manga panel of these two having a moment and I was like, I need to read their love story. I was obsessed. Now, it didn't reach my obsession whilst I read this. It is good, but I just don't know where the male lead's head's at. Now, the female lead is super cute. She has great reactions, and even though she's an introvert, she does put herself out there and push her limits. But she's a bit naive when it comes to the male lead because I cannot read him. So if you've read this manga, please do comment below what you think of the male lead, because he's basically come out to her being like, look, I just want you for support. Like, will you be there for me? I know it's really selfish, like, I'm sorry. And she's like, hell yeah, I'll do that for you. But I think he really likes her. Like, he's shown her really cute signs of affection and he's done stuff for her that he knows will make her really happy. And he's really protective over her. So I think he really likes her. But at the same time, I don't know. It also has a situation where, obviously, like in all of these showbiz pop mangas, a teammate finds out, like a band member, and then they get involved, and I think he's gonna like Noah. All in all, it ticks a lot of boxes for showbiz, idol, romance. So if you like that genre, I would highly recommend giving this a go. Next up, we have Fall in Love, You False Angels, and this is by Uzuki Koko. It's a school life rom-com. There's 3 volumes out, it's ongoing, and I've read all 3 volumes. This is a 10 out of 10. This is the one where I've already spoken about on this channel. I read 1 volume, now I've read 2 and 3, and it just gets better and better. Like, the first volume was great. The second and third are literally 10 out of 10. They're flawless. This manga focuses on Otogi and Toki, which are 2 people who know nothing about love. And I didn't feel like this was clear in volume 1, but 2 and 3, you really do find out that these people know nothing. They've never been in love, they don't really know what it is, and it's about them understanding and learning about romance and love and all of those feelings and about their love story. It's so good. Now I'll quickly go over the plot. I have spoken about it before, so I will whistle stop tour this. These two are both class presidents at their school, and they both are very prim and proper. They're the ideal students who are really diligent. They've got lots of admirers because they're both beautiful, but they actually hide their true selves from everyone. They've got a bit of a dark side. They're a bit more rough around the edges. These two find out about their other true selves and they decide to be friends, and when they're alone together they can actually be who they really are. This is a situation where the female lead falls first and hard for our male lead, and the story follows her really coming to terms with her crush, hiding it, then deciding to confront it and trying to woo our male lead over. And the male lead is very timid and he gets blindsided with her feelings. Honestly, in the second volume, I was in shoujo heaven. It's got a school trip, it's got confessions. We have another male lead introduced who I actually really like. He has a bit of a bad boy character as well. Her coming to grips with her crush. More characters being introduced who I am also obsessed with, and you can tell there's going to be some sub storylines going on. And how that second volume ends, it's so good. Please, please, please read this. And before I move on, I have to quickly say, this has some really funny moments, like hilarious. And I've never, ever, ever seen a face mask drawn on a person in a manga. Like, I've never seen it, and it's the funniest thing. So you're in for a treat, you're in for a good laugh and some really cute, giggly, blushy moments. Now, lastly, in the shoujo category, we have a manga which I also saw on Pinterest and I was blown away by the artwork. And this is the one, people. This is the one where the artwork and the style is sensational, and it is Kuroko and Villain-kun. This is by Tina Yamashina. It's a school life rom-com again. It has 2 volumes, it's ongoing, but I've only got the first volume translated in English, so I've only read volume 1. So I was blown away by the artwork on Pinterest, and the plot did not disappoint. I think this has a lot of potential. So we have Kuroko, who is our female lead. She is that diligent, like cute, branded as the plain girl, she doesn't get much attention character, but she loves helping everyone out. Like, she gets a high from it. Some people might think she's a bit of a pushover because she would do what anyone says, but she loves it. Then we have Shishima, who is our male lead, and he's basically a self-proclaimed villain. And he's a bit of a meanie. He'll call people out and air out their dirty laundry. Everyone's a bit scared of him. They think he's really horrible, but actually he just hates bullies. He doesn't like it when people belittle people or use them or are mean to them. So I would call him a guardian villain instead of a guardian angel, because he is mean to people that are mean and are not nice to people. So it's like tit for tat. This story is super cute, it's very fast paced, and it doesn't beat around the bush. And straight away, we just have Kuroko at school, being very diligent and helping everyone out. Shishima notices her and is like, okay, she's really running herself ragged here. And he confronts her and is like, I'm gonna make you the protagonist of your own story, because she never gets attention, she never really gets thanked. And he kind of steps in and he's like, I'm gonna put you as number 1. And it's about them. It's cute, it's funny, the artwork will blow you away. And I mean, I'm only on volume 1, so there's not much happened in all honesty, but I know this is one that has a lot of potential. And I was so obsessed with the look of this manga and the artwork that I looked up what other work this author had done, and this leads us nicely to our Josei manga, and that is Virgin Love. This is a slice of life romance about 6 people moving into one house for a love project. It has 4 volumes, it's completed, and this is a manga which is a bit meh. It's very midi. You will get insanely frustrated with the female lead. I was screaming at her. She was so mind-numbingly annoying. It has got an age gap, which I was not pleased with. I really wasn't happy with it, in all honesty, but I did push through to the end. But let me get into the story. So we follow Shoko. She is our female lead and she's a really successful businesswoman. She's got a lot of good friends and she's got a lot of drive and passion in her life with everything but love. Like, love is on the back burner. She has had no experience in love, and this is why she's a 26-year-old virgin. And there comes a point in her life where she's like, oh my goodness, I need to lose my virginity. I need to find love. Everyone in my life is getting married. Everyone's kind of like, why don't you get a boyfriend, etc. But she's very standoffish and she hasn't given love a chance. So that leads her into entering this project with living with 6 strangers and hopefully finding love within a year. Now, I don't mind stories which focuses on virginity if the characters are adults, and I mean, she's 26, so I really didn't mind that. In the house, there's 3 girls and 3 guys. Obviously, we've got Shoko, we've got an influencer slash model who really wants to find love. She's that typical girl's girl, wears makeup, etc. Then we have a young fashion designer. She is amazing. I love her. I want to be her bestie. She is that cold, aloof character, but she gives the best advice and she's a proper girl's girl. Like, the friendship that gets made between these 3 is great. It's actually a highlight of the story. Then there's 3 guys. There's a bookshop worker who Shoko knew before and she actually encouraged him to join the house with her. Then we have like this older playboy character. He is a bit of a a-hole at the start, but his character development and his story is what made me keep coming back. I love how his story ends. Then lastly, we have this university student who is an architect. He's 19. Why did he have to be 19? So frustrating. He's decided to join the house, not for love, but for the free rent. So that's a situation going on there. And it's about all of these people and it follows their journey. I did enjoy the aspect of the love house and everyone in there finding love. They get interviewed every quarter and I like the game aspect of it. And the artwork was 10 out of 10. But the female lead does some shady stuff. Like, to the point where I was like, you are being not a good person here. And I think she's a bit selfish. And I didn't really like her. However, the other characters and how the story ended was how it was meant to end. And it was good. I just wish a character in this story wasn't 19. It just rubs me the wrong way. Please let me know if you've read this manga, because I want to know if you feel the same way about the female lead. So that's all of the 5 mangas I'll be speaking about in today's video. Let me know if you've read any of these and let me know if you plan to read any of them. I hope you do pick one of these up. They are all very good, minus the last one, but it has other things that uplift the manga and make it worthwhile to be in this list. Next up, I'll be reading Let's Do It Already. I can't wait to start that. I'm thinking of starting volume 1 tonight. And now I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I try to do a manga video once a week, usually uploaded on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then a bookish video probably every fortnight, and that's usually uploaded on a Friday or Saturday. So yeah, please subscribe and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.